In a small quiet town surrounded by golden fields and tall trees, lived a boy named Ali. He was a dreamer, always looking up at the sky and wondering what it would feel like to fly among the clouds. But Ali's life was simple. His family was poor, and while other children rode bright new bicycles through the streets, Ali only had an old rusty bicycle. Its paint had faded, its chains squeaked loudly, and sometimes it broke down in the middle of the road. The other kids teased him, saying, "Your bicycle is too old to ride with us." Ali laughed on the outside, but deep inside he wished for something magical, something that would make his old cycle special. One afternoon, Ali wandered into the town's old bazaar, a place full of forgotten things and strange objects. Among the dusty stalls, an elderly shopkeeper called him over. With a mysterious smile, the man showed Ali a small golden bell shining even in the shadows. "This is no ordinary bell," the shopkeeper whispered. "If you attach it to your bicycle, it will change your life forever." Ali laughed. "My cycle can hardly move. How can this little bell change anything?" But something in the old man's eyes made him curious. He gave the man the few coins he had and took the bell home. That night, under the dim lantern light, Ali fixed the bell onto his bicycle. Nothing happened. He sighed and went to bed, thinking he had wasted his money. But the next morning, as he set off for a ride and rang the bell, something unbelievable happened. The bicycle lifted off the ground. Ali gasped in shock. His feet shook on the pedals. His hands gripped the handles tight. And before he knew it, he was soaring above the rooftops. The wind rushed through his hair, and the world below grew smaller and smaller. For the first time, Ali wasn't just riding, he was flying. At first, Ali kept his secret to himself. He flew low, just above the fields, chasing birds and touching the tops of trees. Slowly, he grew braver. He soared higher, above the river, where fishermen waved in astonishment, and through the clouds, where the air felt cool and fresh. The feeling of freedom filled his heart with joy. "My old cycle," he whispered, "you're the most wonderful cycle in the world." But secrets never stay hidden for long. One evening, as Ali flew above the nearby city, people below pointed in shock. Some thought it was a trick. Others laughed in disbelief, and children shouted with excitement. "Look, a boy on a flying bicycle." The story spread quickly. Some people wanted to see him. Others wanted to capture his cycle, and a few greedy men began plotting to steal it. One night, while Ali was flying among the stars, dark storm clouds gathered. Lightning flashed across the sky. Thunder roared, and the bicycle shook violently in the air. Ali panicked. He tried to steer, but the storm pushed him off course. In desperation, he rang the bell again. The cycle suddenly straightened and carried him safely through the storm, landing on a strange glowing island, floating among the clouds. On that island, Ali found children who had never seen the sky beyond their prison-like world. They looked sad, trapped in a place without freedom. "We have never flown," they whispered. "We want to know what the sky feels like." Ali's heart softened. He decided not to keep the joy of flying to himself. One by one, he placed the children on his bicycle, ringing the bell and taking them up into the stars. Their laughter echoed across the sky as they touched the clouds, played with birds, and felt the wind of freedom. For Ali, their happiness was greater than his own. From then on, Ali's flying bicycle became a symbol of hope. He used it not just for himself, but to help others. He took sick children on rides above the fields to forget their pain. He showed farmers how the clouds were forming so they would know when the rain would come. He carried lonely people into the night sky so they could see the beauty of the stars. Everywhere he went, he spread joy and hope. But Ali was careful too. He knew the golden bell was magical, and if it fell into the wrong hands, it could be misused. So he kept its secret safe. People called him the boy with the flying bicycle, but no one ever learned how his old, rusty cycle could defy the laws of nature. Years passed, but Ali's bicycle never grew weaker. The bell remained as shiny as the day he bought it, and every time it rang, the magic returned. Ali grew wiser with age, but his heart remained the same, that of a boy who believed in dreams. His story became a legend told across villages and cities. Parents told their children, "Never laugh at old things. Even the simplest of things can become magical if you believe." And so, the boy with the rusty old cycle became a hero, not because he could fly, but because he taught everyone that true happiness lies not in keeping joy for yourself, but in sharing it with others. His cycle flew higher than the clouds, but his kindness soared even higher.